Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. I've made quite a few videos of making a pattern like this, but I've never made it exactly like this one. So I'm going to take an ellipse and I'm going to hit P, put it in center page, Control D, and make a duplicate. Holding down the two-sided arrow, I'm going to make this item. And I'm working in the center of the page, which helps. So I'm going to go 2-point line and just draw a line and hit P. And then I'm going to rotate it 10 degrees. Control D and make a duplicate and mirror it. This is my envelope form. Now, but what I used to do in the past, I would take the graph paper tool, sit on 10 by 10 or whatever, and make a square, and then make my pattern. And let's just do green. And just, go through here and make a pattern, whatever you want to call it, or I'm just going to do it really quick. And it's kind of neat because you can just do other things. You want these two to meet, but you can come off here and add to it. Maybe don't have those meet. You can do this, you can do this, you could do this. Anyway, and then I would take my graph paper out of the way and I'd go ahead and weld this. And then I'm going to left click, right click, and grab my effects in my envelope and place inside form, and then I've got that shape. And then hold down the shift and grab that, and then go EC, and then move that over and rotate that. But you go, well, it doesn't look as good as I thought it was going to look. Well, what you can do pre-hand is take your, I'm not moving that, I'm nudging that. Take your graph paper and put it in there. And then hold down the shift key and go EC, and then grab your, move it over. Let's go ahead and get rid of all this because we're working. I'm going to hold down the Alt key. If I hold down the Alt key and anything it touches, it'll delete. Then you can draw your pattern in here. You might draw the same one and it might even look the same. But to me, I'm going to do it in black. You're going to know what it could possibly look like. And because the graph paper is all one group, when we get through here in just a second, trying to make it a little bit different than I've made before, but it's kind of hard because you've got to have either the two on top or the two on the bottom, but you could still, you could go through here and add more lines, more color, or, different things. You could have specs out here. And so we did that one. Let's do that one and that one. And then what's so nice about this, you can take your graph paper and move it out of the way. I'd go ahead and weld this. Now we're working in the center of the page. So I'm going to Control D, alternate C, but I'm going to rotate it 20 degrees this time. And look at my dots. That's kind of cool. Control D, alternate C, 40 degrees. Control D all the way around. I'm just hitting Control D, Control D. And kind of the neat thing about it, there's really no joints except for that first very one, and it's right there. But probably would never really see it. So if we do this, make them all yellow, take our black box effect. And I don't know, to me, it's just like looking at it in real time. You're going to know what it looks like with that curve. And you could, add circles. There's a lot you could do with this. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.